MMA Locker Room here, your official source for everything in MMA, of course. We're back at it, man. I got an exclusive interview with on the UFC Fight Night card. And, he's right now riding a four-fight win streak, representing Gardena, California, 14-6. I mean, when you talk about it, went out in his first UFC debut and got the win by submission, part of the Fight Science MMA team. Let's welcome him to the show, man. Chris Padilla, aka Taco Time. How's it going, my man?
What's good, bro? Everything's going good, man. Just chilling out with the animals right now. About to get ready to go hit a run. So, doing my thing.
Got
Thanks for
it, man.
having me
So
on.
you chilling with the animals right now. I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, I mean, you with the dogs right now, you with the wolves right now. Like can you explain a little?
Yeah, these motherfuckers definitely ain't the wolves, man. I got the pug, her name Mrs. Buttersworth. We got a Shih Tzu, Angeles, and two cats, Chainsaw and Anakin.
Got it, man. Got it. I thought that might have been like an analogy or something,
Ah,
something
shit.
deeper. Hell yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
So let's
I hit
talk
the
about
world,
it,
man.
man. First fight, was it everything you expected it, and what did it go the way that you thought it would be?
You know what, man? I think it was the whole experience of just man, just signing the posters, man. I think like I think everything on the outside of the cage was was everything I've watched. Like when you watch the UFC embedded and stuff, and you see the guys walk up, man. Then you dealing with just the UFC is just super thorough, man. They got like a worker for everything. They got somebody doing this. So it's like things are always in order with them. So I enjoyed that uh just the professionalism, man. When you coming up in the local scene and shit like that, you kind of just eyeballing shit. Shit just kind of it does, happens or it don't. And then you think, especially like when you like turn pro or when you first start working with an org, you think like, okay, this shit about to be professional. Nope.
Right,
That
right.
shit be out here, bro. They be figuring shit out just like you. You like, oh my gosh, bro. They just out here just fucking around. So just get with the UFC and just see how they do shit, bro. It's a whole different scenario. So that was cool in its own. Getting in the cage. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. When I walked up, at first, like it felt like, oh shit, this is crazy, this is crazy. But as soon as I walked in the cage, like I did my thing, I walked, I touched around the cage wall. I was like, oh, okay, bro, this is just a cage. Like this ain't nothing different than you out here just you can fight its own backyard, you can fight in commerce casino, but it's still a cage. You still gotta go in there, you still gotta handle business. So that was uh that was cool as hell. um as far as the finish, I would say yes, in some way it did go as I thought, but it's more, what I compare it to. I compare it to like trapping a rabbit or something. You know what I mean? Like you set the trap, you put the bait, you get everything ready, and then you expect them to fall into that trap. And that's what happened. I was setting traps the whole fight, and he fell in one of them. So in some way it came out like I wanted. Would I prefer to elbow him in his face and cut him up? Yeah, but shit, easy money.
Now, when you say he kind of fell into that trap, was that something that you seen maybe during camp? I know it was on short notice, for James Lanentop, your last opponent, but was that something that you kind of seen maybe on tape to where like, all right, I'm gonna set this up based on his weaknesses and his vulnerabilities, or is that just kind of you and your game plan?
You know what? To be honest, he was a pretty well-rounded kid. Like, he had no like glaring holes in his game. Like, I seen him get taken down and worked up. I seen him get put in subs and escape. I seen him get strike really well. I seen him get hit hard. Seen him get hurt. I seen him go through everything that a young fighter can go through on the local scene, and he got through it. But one thing, and a lot of people don't take these things into consideration, is like a person's a person's personality and how they carry themselves, how they conduct themselves in the fight. And I noticed that like when I was watching him, he was very just overly aggressive. Like that's just, that's just who he is as a fighter. Like he wants smoke. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, he's really aggressive. And I I, I didn't watch much tape because again it was short notice. But I watched tape probably the last 2 days, probably like the day before weigh-ins or 2 days before weigh-ins. I watched him tape and I was like, oh, okay, he's that type of guy. Like he
Mm.
wants smoke. And the problem with if you want smoke all the time is there's a lot of holes in your game because it's offense, offense, offense. And
Mm.
if it's offense all the time, where's defense? You
Mm.
know? And I noticed the guys he fought, they're not as smart as me. They're just not as uh uh I'm crafty, man. I'm smart out there. I'm using my IQ the whole time. Like I've been through my phase of like just trying to smash and just trying to hurt people the whole time, and it's been good, but it also got me hurt. So I like now it's IQ. This is the game. Everyone is very good at everything they do. Even if let's say if I'm fighting a striker, he still has good counter wrestling. He still has decent jujitsu. Like he's not just a fucking white belt running around here. So you got to notice the intangibles, I like to call them, like not the skills per se, but what's his personality like? What type of fighter does he want to be? Like where's his camp? Like you start noticing these things, you go, okay, you're that type of person. And when you can break down someone's character, sometimes that'll give you the holes in their game.
Nah, that's well said, man. Leads me to my next question, man. What's more important, offense or defense?
Shit, defense. Defense is defense is because what I've noticed is that hitting someone is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get in a street fight, like, what's the first thing is who hits who first. And I was just talking to my boy O about this, where we was talking about like street fighting when we was younger. Remember when we street fight? At first, it was like, okay, who got faster hands? Who gonna get there first? And then remember when they started doing the weave? When niggas start hitting you with the weave, yeah, and start hitting you with that check left hook, because there you go, you start missing punches, and you go, wait a minute, and when you throwing punches and it puts you out of position, and then nigga weave out of the way and just hit you with a left hook, you got you looking crazy. So in my opinion, defense is the ultimate weapon, man. It keeps you dialed in a little bit more than offense. While offense, man, I feel like it's built off more aggression and the will to kill. And that will sometimes, man, get you hurt. I just watched Yontop fight that last Saturday, or the Saturday that just passed, and he I thought he won, but what I see is I saw the same guy that was trying to fight me. It's
Mm.
just it's go 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 go. Where it's like,
Mm.
bro, make a mistake. The best fighter in the world, in my opinion, is Floyd Mayweather, and Mayweather said it best, bro. Look at his defense, and his defense, it comes to his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Those two things go side by side. So that's how I see it. That's who I study. Obviously, I'm in a different sport, but the concept of defense is it's it transcends basketball, football, boxing, any sport. Defense is key. So that's my thing.
Man, got you, man. Speed or power? What do you think is more important?
Speed.
Speed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's everybody's right there. What about submission skills or knockout ability?
I would say coupled with the right uh I would say submission, just because striking is more of a flowing sport, where it's like I can be a horrible striker and still not catch you with a punch by closing my eyes, basically, and throwing a random haymaker. There's not very many situations where a white belt is going to submit a black belt, because there's not a lot of guessing in grappling. And grappling's very like it's slower pace and a lot more strategic, as far as like, because we're connected. Like if I take you down, I can feel your body move and change positions, so you're not going to just catch me with no random shit. But striking is because two people moving at different pacings and timings. That if I throw a jab, and even though it's a good jab, if I don't read that you threw that overhand when you jabbed, then I can get caught right there, you know. So I rather and hey, who doesn't like a one-sided fight? So if I can pick you up, slam you on your head, and beat your ass from the top, that's a lot easier than me having to figure out your timing and what strike you're gonna throw, if you're a kicker, puncher, stick and mover, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel it 100%, man. You don't want to take no damage, just like Mayweather said, on the defense thing. And that's the one of the records that he has. I think he's been the less hit puncher boxer in history. Yeah, and he was undefeated at that. And he went on to box MMA fighters, and he's still boxing to this day. He just had a
Brother,
boxing match last week,
money,
man.
bro. Money.
Yeah,
That's our I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it like this, but that's for for any athlete, any person really, it's longevity. You know what I'm saying? Defense brings longevity. If I can stop my head from getting bashed in as much as possible, I'm going to have a longer career. And I know the fans prefer entertainment and violence and all that, but hey bro, are the fans going to take care of you when you shaped like a noodle? You know what I'm
right.
saying? Are they going to take care of you when your brain's fucked up? At this point, like, and even like, let's say a great like Muhammad Ali, you still see people like and again, one of my favorite fighters, and I respect Muhammad Ali, but you still see people, those same fans, that make jokes about him shaking and having the shakes and shit like that. Like, why would you make a joke about a man who gave you his all essentially, who fought, entertained for you, and then this is what you give him? You make jokes, you put jokes all over the place. So it's like, I love the fans, but at the same time, the fans disrespectful, man. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to take care of myself, man. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, what you want me to say?
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, I mean, you actually got the fight resume that's a little bit longer than a lot of these, people. And do you feel like a little bit that you why you didn't get that call to the Dana White Contender Series or anything like that? Or do you feel like everything happened for a reason?
You know what, man? I like coming up, like being young, like uh that was where my mind was a lot, was like, man, like I'm putting in work, man, and fuck it, I keep either I'm getting robbed of these fights where, like, again, everybody told me I won, opponent telling me I won, uh uh and then when I do get on the win streak, it's just like there's no, I don't hear anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm not getting the calls that I'm looking for. So I was a little bitter coming up, but I would say I was more bitter that the out of the fear of not being able to show my talent, to see if I'm that guy, man. That's all of our goals, to see, are we that guy? Because again, whether I go out there and I fucking win a UFC belt, defend it 1,000 times, or whether it doesn't go that far, I just want to know, am I him? That's the biggest thing to me. I want to prove, am I him? Can I prove that to myself? Can I set the I want the numbers. I want the records. I want to be in the books. I want to leave a path of destruction. I want to be the Anderson Silva, the fucking John Jones of the game, So I was more bitter in that sense, but as I matured and I started to understand my, like, how many holes, not that I had in necessarily fighting, but like in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit in my personal life was in shambles. So it's like, and you don't think about it, you like, oh, that's fighting, this is personal life. But if you got a camp and you running, and then you thinking about shit going on at home and stuff, dialed in at training, that shit'll throw you off, bro. And it didn't hit me until later, until I was like, oh, okay, bro. I had to get my shit together personally before I could even grace this ground, man. Because the last thing I wanted to do, I had an opportunity when I was 19 and I fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did real good. I was winning the fight, but my opponent ended up beating me. And when I look back at that, I look at how many mental holes in my, like, from the outside that I had coming in. And And I was like, bro, I would have got to the UFC and would have got spanked and thrown right out. And I would have been one of those young 19-year-olds or 35-year-old veterans who got in when he was super young and got kicked
Right,
out, you know?
right,
So
right, and that
I
happens a lot,
yeah, it
especially and to
really,
be
really
honest, that
does.
that happens a lot to the local fighters out here in California. You know, I'm familiar with a lot of them too. You know, they get in, they get a win or two, but then they get spit back out. There's not a lot of, you know, there's not a lot of them that last, you know, and it's sometimes because they come in a little bit too early, take those fights, maybe say yes to every single fight that they're not supposed to, you know, and they think, oh, I can't say no. Well, you're here now, you know, like if you're hurt or if it's a matchup that you know, yeah, you can always say no, you know, and sometimes, yeah, give me anything, give me anything. You get four
Nah,
fights, you go 1-3, you ain't getting re-signed. Now you back on the regional scene. Now you're trying to get 3 wins by knockout. Now you get back into the UFC on short notice. I mean, that's just kind of the sport, you know. But it seems like, you know, a lot of people was rooting for you for a while, and you finally got that chance now, man. So let's talk about what we're really here to talk about, man. Earlier on, you said you had to ask yourself, and am I him? Am I him? We all want to know. The people watching want to know. Are you him? That's gonna be Rong Zhu. That's gonna be coming out this week, man. I mean, not this week, but in your matchup, because this guy seems like he's coming back into the UFC, and he had a, you know, hard road to back to the UFC too. And the odds makers are counting you out. They got you the underdog, but have you been watching your opponent, and what can we expect against you in Rong Zhu?
uh man, I expect Rong Zhu to hopefully be at his best, man, because I'm not gonna bring anything less, man. I'm coming to be the smarter fighter. I'm coming to fight him on all fronts, man. So I've watched a lot of his game, and I'm never one to underestimate anybody, man. Like I expect him to be good at grappling, good at striking, good at clinching, good on defense. I expect everything, but I have seen obvious holes because I've noticed he does more what he likes versus getting the job done. And that right there is already a hole in the game that I can exploit. If you like to do what you like, well, I'm a I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna take that out of your hands, man. So it's one of those things where I've seen that he's had his road coming up. I don't want to say he had a easy road back or anything like that, but I'm none of those opponents, man. I've watched a lot of his fights. I'm none of those guys, man. I'm coming just just with a different head on my shoulders, man. That's just how I feel. I feel like I don't I don't I don't even look at the my skills are better than his skills because you don't know until you meet him. I don't know if
Right.
I'm stronger. I don't know if I'm faster. I don't know none of that. I'm not so much worried about all the physical part of the game. I'm not worried about the weapons, man. I've studied it. I train every day, man. I train to stop everything. I train to attack anywhere in the game, and I train to defend myself anywhere in the game. So I'm not so much worried about that. I'll be present. I'll be aware, and any hole he give me, man, I'm gonna take it. That's my game. I set traps, man, and
Mm,
I can finish them anywhere. I know I
mm.
can knock them out. I know I can sub them. I know I can beat them by decision. I know I can brutalize them, or I know I can fucking clean it up. So, yep. I think I can finish them. But like I said, if I gotta go 15 minutes, man, let yeah, let's get it done, man, by any means.
Nah, I like it, man. Like you said, you know, you're attacking every fight to be the smarter fighter, and that's exactly what you got to do to execute. So, with that being said, when you're fighting in the cage, can you hear the instructions from your corner good enough to make in-fight adjustments?
Yes. I'm always listening, and I know somewhere in between. Like so, it's kind of like one of those things where when you hear something, it's find it, not necessarily get it right then and there. You gotta find it because on the other side, if your opponents speak English, they understand it, then they can hear it too. So I'm always like my coach in our last fight he told me he's reacting to everything, you know, and that's a read that I was making. So like we both linked up on that. I was like, okay, you see it, I see it. uh I'm not going to just go, let me get it. I'm gonna go, okay, let me give him something to react to. And then that was I believe that was my first second takedown in the fight, where those two moments where that's why they were so easy, super easy, didn't feel no weight from him, ran him right off his feet because
Got it. Off the
we're
advice.
making reads, man. That's the whole thing. I'm reading the battlefield.
Thing about this, man, the odds from you going from a big favorite on the local regional scene, from you now being counted out an underdog now in two of your fights, in the UFC. Do you ever watch any of these like prediction videos or picks that the people do online and stuff like that? And
I
if you
love it.
do, you do?
I love it. That's
Okay.
that's for me. That's the shit that wake me up every day, bro. Like I'm not even shit don't hurt my feelings, man. You already know, man. We from out here. If you ain't
Yep.
I've been roasted 1,000 times coming up. Brothers, homies, friends,
Mm.
coach. I've been put through the blender, bro. That shit don't bother me. You think I care if some niggas think I suck or they think what they think? Cool, bro. I'm happy. Keep it that way because my people need money, bro. So if you keep me as an underdog and all my boys, all my homies bet on me and make a bunch of money like they did last time, good. Please give us money, bro. I want to stay underdog as long as I can. I don't want nobody to jump on my bandwagon because whoever's there already, those who need to be there. I don't need no more faulty fans, bro. I don't need none of it. All I need is my two checks, all my people with me, and that's it. Cause good. Tell them keep me as underdog. I love it. I love it. I love seeing people say, "Oh, he's just some journeyman. He sucks." Blah blah blah. Bro, I love watching those videos because I just laugh. It gives me some
Got it.
sauce when I'm running. Like when I'm running, I'm like, "Oh, y'all niggas think I'm this? Y'all think I don't
Mm.
got that? Y'all don't think I'm out here working? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all
Got
don't
it.
know me." And that's the beauty is at the end of the day, bro, all this internet shit, man, they don't know me. And that's the beauty of it. Y'all just cool. Go look at what y'all think y'all know. And even if I looked at some of the last guys, bro. Some of these boys need to get fired off these YouTube betting, bro, because they don't do research. They be like, oh, they're out here giving advice to these guys, whoever listens and follows them, and then be like, yeah, I didn't look at his last two fights, but I looked at his fights from 10 years ago, and I'm gonna just say this. Damn, these are niggas hating on me, bro. Okay.
That's
Like,
crazy. Yeah, that's
bro,
crazy.
the haters are hating on me from 10 years ago.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I had to ask that, man. I had to ask that. Still, right. Whatever you got going out there, your anime vlogs, whatever you want right now, let the people know where they can get in tune with you and where they can catch you at.
Hey, bro, I want to send a shout out to my squads, man. Shout out to Jumpy Kickboxing and MMA, man. We're a young team, man, but we coming up and we pushing hard. Got a bunch of young guys and girls coming out of there, man. And just know you're gonna remember that side, bro, because they're gonna be coming out and they're gonna be just smashing everybody. Shout out to CMMA, man. Those guys, man, are great guys, man. A great squad. They took me in part of the team, man, and just helped me up my game big. Shout out to Fight Science, man. My original home. Shout out to all them, man, for again just watching my back. Just so many guys in there that just do so much for me, man. That just a lot of shit, you don't get to see, but man, I love those guys, man. Shout out to the Path Podcast, bro. That's my anime team. They, we be talking shit on the internet, getting on there about the anime, bro. So y'all want to check out them, man? Go hit us up over there. Shout out to my family, man. Just fuck, my family's just holding it down, man. Still pushing me, man. From from a little man to now. Shout out to my city, Gardena, California, man. Shout out to LA. If you guys want to follow me, man, it's Chris War Taco 123. Thank you, brother, for having me on here, man. I appreciate the opportunity. I know we just was going back and forth trying to find the day, man. But hey, we got it. Let's keep on going, man. You keep doing your thing. After I smash this dude, man, have me back on. We can shoot it, talk shit, and
Go.
just go from there.
You already know, man. Love to hear it, man. So get the people official prediction, man. What can they expect? What round, man? Last round was one. I mean, you might go 15, but I mean, if you was a psychic and if you was giving a prediction for the people out there, let them know how you see this fight going.
Mm, I can see this fight going to the second round just based off my opponent. He's a little bit more patient than Yon Top. He fights at a slower pace, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to pick at him a little bit more, pull him out of his shell a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna brutalize him. By the end of the day, man, if as long as he wants to be in there, I will split his head open all over the place. So if he wants to be in there long, I'm gonna split him open. If he comes in, he thinks he's hot shit and want to come at me fast, I'll probably strangle him. So just know Taco's looking for the finish at all times, man. So let's see what smoke he bringing.
Let's go. Let's go. You heard his prediction. So if you guys are watching this video and you guys got a comment, let's hear your predictions in the comments below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe over here. MMA Locker Room here with Chris Padilla. We'll see you guys next time. We out.
Hey, glory to God, man.
Hell yeah.